It's a beautiful year. We're looking for something nice to do. Please tell me, baby, I think I wanna marry you. Welcome to 2022. It's nice to have you on this first official video for the year. We're happy you made it. We're glad we made it. We're glad family made it. We're thankful for everything that we have, and we hope that 2022 will be the best year ever. So last year we were studying the 7 habits of highly effective people. We haven't finished yet. We were able to cover from habit 1 down to habit 5. And so in 2022, we better finish what we started. I mean, that's the best way to go about doing things. Finish what you start. So today we're going to be treating habit 6. Habit 6, which is to synergize. I hope that you would, continue this ride with us. It's been wonderful and it'll keep being wonderful. So let's go. So since habit 6 is titled Synergize, we're going to start out by first of all defining synergize. So that we know what it means before we, commence. So I had to Google it. It's Oxford Dictionary. It says, synergize is to combine or coordinate the activity of 2 or more agents to produce a joint effect greater than the sum of their separate parts. That is what to synergize means. The author titled this chapter Principles of Creative Cooperation. We had defined synergy, so we know that synergy is to cooperate. So he said, when properly understood, synergy is the highest activity in all life, the true test and manifestation of all other habits put together. So if you've learned all of the habits, you cannot, perfectly put them together if you do not know how to synergize. Remember when we defined synergy, we said it was my input, your input put together would make a great input. So when we come together to work, we create together, not independently, but we come together to create. That's what it means to synergize. So he said the creative process is also the most terrifying part because you don't know exactly what's going to happen or where it is going to lead. You don't know what new dangers and challenges you will find. It takes an enormous amount of internal security to begin with the spirit of adventure, the spirit of discovery, the spirit of creativity. Without doubt, you have to leave the comfort zone of base camp and confront an entirely new and unknown wilderness. You become a trailblazer, a pathfinder. You open new possibilities, new territories, new continents, so that others can follow. So, synergy is everywhere in nature. If you plant 2 plants close together, the roots commingle and improve the quality of the soil so that both plants can grow better than if they were separated. If you put 2 pieces of wood together, they will hold much more than the total of the weight held by each separately. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. 1 + 1 = 3 or more. Synergy allows you to create more than you would individually. So the author went ahead to say that the essence of synergy is to respect differences, build on strength, and compensate for weaknesses. That is what synergy should be about, how we can come together to make ourselves better, hide our faults and our flaws, and project our strengths. So lots and lots of people don't believe, I wrote it down here, don't believe in creating third alternatives through synergy because of how they have been taught to be defensive and protective. You see, some persons, they don't want to move from what they know or believe. They don't want change because they have been taught to maintain status quo, if that is the right word. They want to maintain what it has always been. They don't want to open up their minds to new innovations, new ideas, and new possibilities. And he went ahead to say that this is this represents one of the great tragedies and wastes in life, because so many potentials remains untapped, completely undeveloped and unused. Ineffective people live day by day with unused potentials. You get, so this is a problem. Then we must also know that it takes submergence of ego and pride to actually subscribe to synergy. You know, how people with pride issues be like, how can I open up to the suggestion you have to give? I think I have a more authentic suggestion. You get, so they just lock up inside and keep what they know and don't want to receive from other people, and nor do they even want to even give out freely what they even have. So they just stay stagnant. That is why they have so much of unused potential, like we had stated. So when you see someone who always has third alternatives, they keep consistently submerging their egos and their pride. That is it. Consistent submergence. Consistent is the key word. So synergy, it means for people to come together and agree to drop the old scripts, as the author calls it, and decide to write new ones. So people must agree to come together and work. Another key word here, together. So the author said that once people have experienced real synergy, they are never quite the same. And truly, they never are. They know the possibility of having other such mind-expanding adventures in the future. So once you've tasted what synergy is, you always want to synergize, because you have experienced something new, and it blew your mind, like woof. You know, we had stated earlier that synergy is to respect differences, to build on strength, and to, cover up for weaknesses. So he said something. He said the attitude was, if a person, there was a story preceding this, so just pardon the past tense. The attitude was, if a person of your intelligence and competence and commitment disagrees with me, then there must be something to your disagreement that I don't understand. And I need to understand it. You have a perspective, a frame of reference that I need to look at. Non-protective interaction developed and an unusual culture was born. So in a synergetic environment or culture where differences are valued and respected, I would listen to your different opinion about something that I have to say, because I believe that you have the intelligence, to disagree with me, and for you to disagree with me, it means it's something to your disagreement. That's what he's trying to say. So we have to, in synergy, we open up to listen to people, to hear how it is they see what they see. We could also see what they see, how they see it. By doing so, we're trying to create a new culture, a new experience, a new many things. So I wrote something here. I said, when we are open to synergize, we respect the other person's perspective. So I don't want to overflog this, but I believe that we get the point already. So there are times when synergy cannot work. We have to tell ourselves the plain truth. But here's what the author advised. He said, there are some circumstances in which synergy may not work, may not be achievable, and no deal isn't viable. But even in these circumstances, the spirit of sincere trying will usually result in a more effective compromise. You get? You remember the story I told us about the client who wanted a house and wasn't going to subscribe to what the realtor was, proffering, but he was willing to compromise because this person tried to sow the seed of listening. We talked about it in, I think, habit 5. So there's a subtitle here. It said valuing the differences. Valuing the differences is the essence of synergy. the mental, the emotional, the psychological differences between people. And the key to valuing those differences is to realize that all people see the world not as it is, but as they are. So that's how people see the world. If I am scripted in the abundance mentality, I think there's enough to go around for everybody. If I'm scripted in the scarcity mentality, I think what is available has to be grabbed before someone else grabs it. So if we must synergize, we have to value those differences. We have to understand that people are scripted differently and value and respect it. So when I become aware, the author says, of the difference in our perceptions, I say, good. You see it differently. So help me see what you see. People want you to respect their opinions, respect their ideas, respect their perceptions. That's how they will give themselves away to you. So I know someone, right? He goes out of his way to talk to people from different various walks of life who have different ideas. Let me read it the way I wrote it. He said he goes out to speak to people who do things differently. He just wants to know why. Not to judge, not to defend, but to know the reason behind their decisions and actions. He just wants to learn their reasons for the way they think, why they think the way they think. And you know, when you open up your heart to know these things, it affords you the opportunity to learn more about people, about cultures, about tribes, about traditions, it is exciting to learn new things. That is the opportunity that Synergize or synergizing affords us. So he said synergy works. It's a correct principle. It is teamwork, team building, the development of unity and creativity with other human beings. We all know that nothing sustainable is created by one person. It has to be a unity of minds and of hearts and of ideas and of perspectives and of suggestions. That is how great inventions come about. Synergy. He also said you can be synergistic within yourself even in the midst of a very adversarial environment. You don't have to take insults personally. You can step aside negative energy. You can look for the good in others and utilize that good, as different as it may be, to improve your point of view and to enlarge your perspective. Yes, so in a synergistic environment, you should look at the goal and not try to protect yourself from, I wasn't talked to nicely and all that. That's not the goal. Your goal is what you're trying to achieve. So that's why he said you don't have to take insults personally. So he said you can exercise the courage in interdependent situations to be open, to express your ideas, your feelings, and your experiences in a way that will encourage other people to be open also. You can value the differences in other people. When someone disagrees with you, you can say, good, you see it differently. You don't have to agree with them. You can simply affirm them, and you can seek to understand. We get what we're trying to say. You mustn't agree with the person's idea, but you can just affirm that, I see that you see this in a different light. You understand, and you also have the responsibility of giving them the opportunity to explain what they see and how they see it. So as we bring today's habit to a close, I believe we now understand the importance of synergy, be it in families, be it in business places, and all of that. We should open our hearts to welcome other people's ideas and suggestions, on projects that we're working on, because one person cannot really actually make anything massive. So I know that we've learned a lot. I always advise that we commence practice immediately. We shall be crowning this book, with the last habit 7, in the next episode, so we can get on to another book. Thank you so much for staying with us. Continue to enjoy the new year. Have a good day. Bye.